Hi, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your September 2023 full moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps this channel out tremendously. It helps me out tremendously. So, thank you so much. And thank you guys so much for all the well wishes, healing energy, just absolute greatness that you have all, sent my way because you guys are amazing. You guys are absolutely amazing. My knee is slowly and steadily healing. It's going to be a long road, but you guys are absolutely awesome. So thank you so much. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below, as will a link to my website if you're interested in a reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing. So check that out as well if you'd like to. If you don't want to, that's cool too. All right, so now let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Okay, so let's see what the tarot has to say. I know I'm shaking things up a bit, but doing things a bit differently is well fun. It's fun. So let's see here. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly, guide this reading, and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. And if you're new here and you don't know that I'm shaking things up, welcome, welcome. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly, guide this reading, and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides. You need a break from something. I mean, seriously, there's somebody here. I'm just seeing like you have a headache. Okay, like there's an energy here, pain in the neck, a bit of a headache type of energy. I know the Ace of Swords reversed is divinity is handing us a gift, and we'll be taking it soon. We will be, but right now you're just going through a headache time period, and you want to just scream. So just be aware of that. Let's see here. You're coming out of it great though. You really are. Strength and power and really getting yourself known, but you're going through it. It's like, well, I don't care. This is all nonsense. So let's see what spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. And here we have meditate reverse. Now, if you're born on the cusp with Aries, Aries also had meditate reverse. So just know that if you have that cusp energy or strong Aries energy in your chart, it's going to be like not extra difficult, but it's going to be a little bit more of a challenge to take that time to meditate, to take that time to carve sacred time and space for yourself. So your meditation can look like going for a walk. It can look like, sitting and properly meditating. It can look like knitting. It can look like drawing, but you need to give yourself just a breather. So just be aware of that. And let's see what energy we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Yeah, here we have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune reversed is very much an energy of like we thought something was completed, but there's just a sense of like the circle being blown wide open, or the change, the next phase that we thought we were going to be going into. It's not quite there yet. I really do feel like somebody has thrown a wrench into things, and it really just feels like, oh, how do I move forward? How do I get to where I want to be? Everything is changing, but it's also there's also a bit of a headache here, a bit of a heartbreak with the Three of Swords. So there's a sense of like, is it changing the way that I wanted to? Am I moving forward the way that I need to? And there's really something here about you needing to take the bull by the horn. your life, yourself, what you desire, and really declare it. Maybe not even to anybody else. Well, not maybe, but it doesn't need to be to anybody else. It can just be to yourself. And that's going to be such a game changer. It's like, no, this is what I want. And I'm like, no more Mr. Nice Guy, no more, kind of, dancing around things for people's feelings and for this and for that. It's not saying to be cruel. It's not saying to be hurtful or hateful, but it's really saying here, this is who I am, this is what I want, and this is what I'm going after. And I'm not letting people take advantage of my good nature. So just be aware of that. With the Nine of Pentacles reversed, you're on the cusp. Okay, during this full moon, which is on the 29th, 28th, 29th, depending on where you are in the world, I believe. Um, the Nine of Pentacles reversed is like you're on the cusp of really bringing in prosperity, greatness, bounty. Do you feel like everything that you've put out there is being harvested, is being able to be celebrated? No, because that's what's crowning it. It's like, I have worked so hard and I'm not even able to celebrate this. It's like, what the heck is going on? With the Three of Swords, something wants to make you scream. It's a heartbreak. It's a betrayal. It's a hurt. It's a pain. It can be that we're, reminiscing about the past. It can be that, somebody has kind of kicked us in the teeth in the present. And we're like, what the heck is this? This is 3 times. Okay. I'm seeing this with 3 people or 3 times or 3 situations. So just know the number 3 with the things that you have been through that you're like, this is unsavory. Like, this is rude. I don't like this. It happens in 3s. So just be aware of it. It doesn't mean that it has to happen with this one person 3 times or this one situation 3 times, but I just see it in 3s. So just be aware of that. And then it's like once it comes, because it's like it's going to knock or it's going to tap you on the shoulder, right? Then it's going to knock on the door and then it's going to kind of kick you in the teeth. And by that time, you're done. And that's exactly where Spirit wanted you to be. It's like, okay, I'm done. I'm moving forward. No more Mr. Nice Guy. It brings us to the Strength card. Now, this is Leo energy. Now, we could have something here that started in around July, August time period, Leo time period, that is coming to a crescendo now. So just be aware of that. But there is also a real sense of, I'm embracing my strength. I'm embracing what I desire. I'm embracing the lion, the power, the bounty within me to really move me forward in a direction that I need to be in. And people are seeing you as a heck of a lot stronger than you are seeing yourself. So just be aware of this. It's like your strength, you might feel like it's been questioned, like your authority has been questioned, or your strength, or your ability, or your tenacity, or something like that. But really, it's kind of like once you come out of the situation, people are like, whoa, man, is that person? That's the person. That's really the situation here. It's like, that's the person, that's the strength, that's the power. You're taking this very seriously. It can be too seriously, but with things that really test us, we tend to take it seriously. So don't think, oh, I should just kind of like calm down or chill down or chillax. Chillax? Okay, we'll go with that word. That's a funny word. Or relax. There's a sense of, no, this is strength, this is power, this is authority, this is determination. And I'm going to take myself seriously. I'm going to take the situation seriously. When you look back at it, you could be like, wow, okay, so maybe I took that a little bit too seriously, but you're really, really strongly advocating for what you desire in this life. And you're doing so like energetically. You're doing so with your soul and with your spirit and with your passion and with yourself. So that's a really great thing. There's something here where it's kind of like fallen down the rabbit hole, but I'm really seeing, as soon as this card came down, I saw a sword coming out of like the head, the back. It's like a release of knowledge, a release of instincts, a release of understanding, where the waters had been muddied. And now it's like, okay, now I see it. Now I see it. Now I feel it. Now I understand it. Now there is power. There's insight here, and I am moving forward. With the Two of Swords, these ties, there's like strings, there's things that are pulling you this way and that way and this and that. They need to be severed. There is something here that you're absolutely severing. I don't know exactly what it is, right? But during this full moon, there's a spotlight being shown. It's like being, in center stage, and you are really saying enough is enough to this. And you're severing ties. You are moving things forward. You are cutting out the chaos, and even Spirit is cutting out a lot of the chaos, a lot of the tangledness, and it's like, no, we're not doing this anymore. And that's going to be a really big thing, because it's like, no, we're not doing this. I'm not being held to the heartbreaks, the pains, the disappointment, or these manipulations. So let's see what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels. Yeah. And spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Okay, one bonus card, which is you, your dreams. That's the full moon in Taurus. That's you. You're in the full moon. We're in the full moon of Aries, right? This is the full moon of Aries. But when the full moon, we're in a full moon, and the full moon of Taurus is coming through for us, Taurus. It's like, okay, this is us. We're taking a stand. We're moving things forward. We're really embracing who we are, what we want. It's like we're shining. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Okay, cool. So I'm not exactly sure when the new moon in October is, but here it says a new start is coming. And that's definitely true. And we can see this from this full moon, right? On the 29th to the new moon, we'll see a new start coming. But we're also going to see here the situation that has kept us from really celebrating wins or prosperity or bounty. A new situation is coming. And it says self-reflection. We look at ourselves like this is a time, this full moon has made us, for one reason or another, really look at ourselves, look at what we want, and it's like, okay, it's a new start now. It's a new time. It's a new world, and it brings us to this sense of, do we feel like we're blossoming? No, because the Three of Swords, right? The Three of Swords is intense. It's questioning, heartbreak, pain, disappointment. It's not the pleasant emotions, but it is still the emotions that we need to see. So we might not feel like we're blossoming, but conclusions are within reach. It's like things are going to be moving ahead the way that we need them to. Do we feel like it's a fun time? No, not necessarily. But, not everything is fun. And some of the things that really weren't fun and that we think, wow, I'm never doing that again, have taught us some of the best lessons we'll ever learn in our lives. So here we have balance spiritual and practical, which is reversed. So we're having a bit of difficulty during this time balancing the spiritual and the practical. And this also kind of weighs heavy on things because we're in the Libra time frame. We need to balance ourselves. We need to balance what we love, what we want, how we need to move forward, what it is that we're going after. And this has patience. So we can be looking at things and really feeling, like we really feel more than see. We feel it emotionally, spiritually, personally, that things aren't as balanced as we would like them to be. So we need to be patient with ourselves. And one of our greatest strengths during this time needs to be being patient with ourselves, seeing ourselves, connecting with ourselves, knowing what we want, knowing how we're moving forward for us. Now, the question as the sword is released, okay? And it's also like the knowledge comes forward, right? Pulling Excalibur out of the sword. It says here, which is reversed, what do you need to release? And this says protection. We're not feeling protected. Protection is also reversed. We're not feeling protected. We're really questioning, what do I need to release? How do I need to move things forward? So here, there's a knowledge of, okay, where don't I feel protected and why? How can I move things forward? What do I need to release from my sphere of thought, from my everyday, that is going to be able to then empower me? Because we become very focused and we have a lot of insight, a lot of ideas coming forward. There's an awakening of our third eye. We can see things, we can understand things in a way that others can't. And it says, take time to breathe out. We can be so caught, here in the spider web of things, so caught, so frantically trying to pull ourselves out of the web, right? That we just get more stuck, more stuck. It's kind of like those, I don't know if you ever got those, it's called Chinese finger trap. I think that's what it was called. At least that's what we used to call them when I was little. And you would put them on your finger, and the more you try to pull them apart, right, the tighter and tighter they would get. But if you relaxed your fingers, they would just slip, you could slip your fingers right out. And that's what I'm seeing here. It's like the more we try to struggle, the more we try to, to fight against it, the more entwined we're going to be, the more the web tightens around us. But here, if we focus and we take time to breathe out and focus on our breath, and a very powerful thing to do and a very simple thing to do is take 5 breaths in, 5 breaths out, and try to teach ourselves to breathe that way, which is how we're intended to breathe. That's how we need to breathe as human beings, but we all breathe. So not all of us, but the majority of us breathe so shallowly, now that that deep breath and that deep centering of ourselves has been lost. So here, the focusing on the opening of the third eye, the focusing on the internal sight that we have, and also the transformation that is coming, because you're not going through all this kind of McGiller gorilla stuff. You're not going through this intensity for nothing. There's a powerful transformation that's waiting for you on the other side of this. And this moon is just putting the spotlight on it. And by the new moon, we can see a drastic change in things. So just be aware of this. Also, here, our bonus card, your dreams need a practical plan. Okay. We can get too caught up in the practicality of things, Taurus. We just can. That's just our way of things. But here, bringing our dreams forward and saying, okay, what do I dream of? What do I love? What do I want? And then making a practical plan for that. That's transformative and that's empowering. Our subconscious energy here to be mindful of is light. Not to be mindful of. Our subconscious energy from spirit is light. To illuminate and shine the light and embrace the beauty, the spotlight of this full moon, but also the beauty and light and intensity of us that really moves things forward. There's something here that wants us to be pulled into darkness, pulled into doubt, pulled into fear. And spirit's like, don't you dare. Okay, so just be aware of this. There's an energy here that's actively trying to knock you off your game, knock you off your stride. It brings us then to our subconscious tarot message, which is the Six of Swords. You're changing the game. You're moving things forward. Subconsciously, you're not going to be stopped. And you know that. Subconsciously, you're stubborn, you're determined, you're focused, you're moving forward. You might be a little bit, unsure at times, and that's cool. It happens to everybody. But you're not going to stop. And just remember that. You might falter a little bit. You might need to take a time out type of thing, take a break for yourself, but you're not stopping and you're not defeated. And that's a huge thing for you. And that's a huge thing for anyone. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is that we feel like a door is closing or we feel like something has just like slammed in our face. And it's like, whoa, what the heck? What the actual heck? And it brings us then to our subconscious tarot message, lunar message. Okay, there's something that's happening here. And it's really interesting because we're like all trying to accept it. It's like, oh, I need to accept this. I need to, move forward with more acceptance. You don't need to accept this. You don't. You could be like, this is messed up. This is wrong. I will not forgive. I will not forget. Kind of like that quote from The Sopranos. I'm not Jesus and I don't have Alzheimer's. I'm not going to forgive and I'm not going to forget. I love that. It's so, it's so to the point, right? And here it says it's time to give rather than take. It's time to give of your energy rather than thinking people are going to be able to propel you forward. Give your energy, give your passion, give your determination to what you're doing, okay? Not looking to anybody else, okay? And then be able to go into a space and go into a place where you can then have your cup filled, where you can then have, beauty moving you forward. That's going to be really important because there's a sense here of there's a certain place where usually it builds you up, usually it's empowering. Right now, it's not going to be, okay? And so it's a time to give rather than take. Like use that. It's like give of your services, right? Do what you do and do it great, but don't expect that place to fill your cup or that person to fill your cup. Because right now, it's not going to happen. And we don't have to accept it. We don't. We can understand it and be like, okay, yeah, I understand this, but I'm not accepting this. And this isn't going to be my sphere of existence. So just know that there's something here where we're like, no, not okay. It's not going to be okay. I don't care. And we're changing the game for us. We're changing the game for us, Taurus. And that's a huge thing. That's a huge thing during this time. Our strength, our determination, our focus, our insight, people will look at us and be like, whoa, Taurus. Okay. There's new respect here. It's a time where if it feels a lot more sticky than it will when we look back at things and we'll be like, wow, that was just like a dumpster fire. It was just a mess, right? Type of thing. But it won't be as ugly as it can be right now. So just be aware of that. Okay. All right, Taurus. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Taurus. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. Love you all. God bless. Bye.